Hello YouTube and welcome to lesson 13th of the Autodesk Maya tutorial series. So what we're going to do today is we're going to trace a very simple vehicle, a cartoon vehicle. And for that I have to set my project and bring in something called a reference image. So for that I'm going to go to file just like this. Then I'm going to go to my set project because I already made the project in my previous lesson. So my set project window is loading right there. It's locating the folder. Alright, so I'm gonna select my tutorial project folder and I'm gonna press set just like this. And then what I actually did is I actually already kept my reference image. So this is a PNG image that I use as a reference image, and I kept it under the source images files just like this. So there you go. This is my reference image which I'm going to use for my model. So I'm gonna go on to my Maya menu right here, and just like I used Rocket as a reference image for NURBs modeling, this time we're going to focus on the polygonal modeling technique to trace the car. So for that I'm going to go into view, then before that I'm going to press space on my keyboard, and then I'm going to go to the side view because I'm just going to use the side view of the car in order to model the car. So I'm going to go into view and I'm going to go into image plane. Then I'm going to go into import image right here. So from the import image section, I'm going to import the car model right there. So you can see that the source images is actually displayed because I already chose the set project option. So I'm gonna go for the cute toy red car. This is a very simple model which you can follow, so I'm gonna use this for a while, but the technique is similar for more advanced models as well, which we're going to do in the future lessons. So I'm gonna press the open button, and over here you can see that I actually got my reference image. Let me scoot that up a bit just like this, and then I'm gonna scale this down a bit so that it's easier for me to work just like this. And just to make sure that while I model, it does not actually disturb me, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be modeling from this section right here. So this is the section I'm going to be modeling from. I'm going to scoot the x-axis a bit so that my polygon is actually made on this section and it won't disturb me. So there you go, I got my toy car right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my front view, and I'm gonna trace this out with a polygonal plane. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm gonna trace this out just like this. So I'm gonna drag this out just like this. All right, there you go. And what I'm going to do is I'm gonna use my extrude tool, and this time I'm gonna extrude my edges rather than my faces. So I'm gonna go for my edge, select the edge, and then I'm gonna extrude this just like this. Because I want to see my background and I want this to be transparent. Right now when I model, I cannot actually see anything, as you can see right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn on X-ray so that it is actually transparent, as you can see, and it's easier for me to actually trace it out. So I'm going to extrude this out just like this. Let me just drag this out over here till this section right here. Then I'm gonna again extrude this out and then drag this out over here again, and then extrude this out one more time. It actually depends on whether you need the divisions or not, and anyways what you can do is you can add in and divide the division later on. So I'm gonna extrude this out till this section right here. Okay, then I'm gonna extrude this out again till this section right here. Then I'm gonna extrude this out till this section, and then one more time just like okay, there you go. Maybe it showed an error, so let me just press Ctrl+Z right there, Ctrl+Z. Okay, let me extrude that again, extrude that out till here, and then extrude that out till here just like that. Alright, there you go. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go for my vertices, and I'm going to scoot this shape right over here just like this in order to match the window just like that. Just increase the size and then put this over here as well. And then I'm going to increase the size of this, and then I'm going to increase the size of this. Change the position of that, and then go to vertices, and then I'm going to do this. For window, I'm going to make a separate layer, so I don't really need to worry about right now. And then right over here just like that, You can put this over as, it does not actually need to be perfect, so you do not need to worry. So what I want to do is I'm going to create space for the tires now. So I'm going to use my insert S loop. So shift right click, insert S loop tool right over here, just like this. And I'm going to add in a S loop over here as well and here as well, because I need to delete the faces right here for the tire. So let me just select the face, and then I'm going to delete these faces right here, delete this, and delete this out, just like that. And then I'm going to select the vertices just like this, and then drag this out onto the side, drag this out to the front. I need to work around with this. Okay, something is wrong here. For some reason, the edge is still there. If I were to press smooth, I'm going to see some error right here probably. So you can see that there's some error going on right here. So let me just select the face and delete these out. Okay, I need to merge these layers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the vertices, shift right click, merge vertices to center, and shift right click, merge vertices to center, so that I can correct out the error just like that. As you can see, my error has been corrected. Alright, so I'm going to add in my vertices. Let me just drag this down over here, press 3, pull this out over here to give it a more wheelie like shape. I guess I need more as loops over there. So press shift right click, insert S loop right over here and right over here as well. So go to vertices right here and then drag this out to the left, just like this. There you go. And drag this to the down, and drag this to the left, and drag this to the right, just like this. Okay, there you go. And then now press 3, drag this up just like that, and drag this to the side. Okay, there you go. So drag this to the side just like this, and then scoot this down over here. Let me just press Control. Yeah, okay, so just drag this down. Okay, I guess I do not actually need any S loop over there. Let me just drag this down over here, drag this down to the right. I need a little bit of curve over here, so I need to go for my object mode, insert an S loop, just like this. Go for my vertices and then adjust that out right there. Just drag this out to the side and then drag this out to the left. Okay, there you go. So that's perfect now. And I guess on this section, I need to push this out just like that. Alright, okay. And I'm on my smooth mode, so you can actually do this. Okay, there you go. Drag this up to the right just like that again. So, and then drag this out to the left just like this, and drag this out to the right. Okay, there you go. Okay, so now what I can do is I can actually push this out. So let me go for the S and then extrude this out to the side just like that, and then go for my vertices over here and get the shape that I want. So this is going to be okay when I actually extrude it later on, so I don't need to worry about it right now. Okay, there you go. And I'm gonna extrude this one out as well. So let me just go to S, let me just extrude this one out just like this, and then go to my vertices and drag this down. Alright, there you go. Push this on to the side just like this. Push this out to the right. There you go. It does not need to be perfect because I can correct it later on, because when I extrude it, it's gonna be smooth anyways. So I'm gonna do the same over here as well. So let me just go to my edge over here. Let me just select this one out. Let me just drag it to the side just like this. And then I'm not gonna be very precise with this, so let me just drag this one out to the side just like this, and drag this one out as well just like this. It's gonna be smooth later on, so I'm not gonna worry about that too much. So let me select the vertices, drag this down a bit just like that, and drag this down a bit just like that, and then drag this up a bit just like this, and drag this down a bit just like this. There you go. And drag this down a bit just like that. Okay, I got my basic shape ready. So I'm gonna go for my edge right here, and I'm gonna extrude this out. So let me just extrude that out just like this. Okay, So extrude that out. I'm gonna readjust the vertices right over there. So let me just drag this out to the side just like this, and drag this out to the side just like this. Okay, there you go. And then I'm gonna extrude this one out. So let me just select this one and then extrude this out to the top just like that. There you go. And then I'm gonna extrude this one out as well. So let me just extrude that one out just like that. Okay, there you go. For this, let me just drag this out, and I'm gonna rotate this out as well. So let me just move the vertices because that's much more easier than rotating that out. Okay, there you go. So I'm gonna select my edge. I'm gonna extrude this out, extrude this one out just like this. Okay, there you go. And I'm gonna move my vertices, and let me just go back to my smooth mode. Okay, so I'm gonna move this up a bit just like this, so I don't actually need to pull this over, because later when I smooth it, it's gonna be okay. So let me just select the edge and then extrude this out. Extrude this out just like this. I'm gonna right click, go to vertices, drag this on to the left just like this, and drag this on to the right, and then again I'm gonna go for my edge and then extrude this out just like this. Okay, there you go. And then go to vertices and then drag this to the right just like this. Okay, so let me just go to my vertices. Let me just shift right click, merge vertices to center, merge vertices to center. I'm just gonna press Z now because I want to repeat this same step. Okay, I'm gonna select this, press Z. I'm gonna select press Z, and press this. Okay, if I were to smooth this out, you can see that it is actually a whole shape now. So I'm also going to insert edge loop just like this, edge loop just like this over here, edge loop over here, and that's it. So let me select the vertices and then drag this on to the side just like this. Okay, and drag this on to the side just like this. Put it over here, put it over here, and put it over here, put it over here, just like that, and there you go. That's how you actually trace a car. So my car body is actually ready, so you can see that the cartoon car is ready just like that. And I'm going to extrude this out from the side now, so you can see that I actually have a very really plain car. So I'm gonna decide that my car is going to be this long. So I'm gonna select all the faces and then extrude it out a bit just like this. So I'm gonna extrude this out for a little bit of bulge just like this. Okay, there you go. And then I'm just gonna select the corner now, and to select the corner, you just select the edge, and double click so that it just selects the edge, and it didn't select the edge. Let me just try that out again. So I guess it does not select the edge like that. So I'm gonna go back, press Ctrl Z so that it's not extruded in the first place. I'm gonna extrude it again later on. Okay, Ctrl Z, Ctrl Z, Ctrl Z, Ctrl Z, Ctrl Z, Ctrl Z. Okay, there you go. So I'm gonna extrude this all the way around just like that. All right, and then I'm gonna delete the faces on the side so that there's a bit of hollow left on the side as well. So let me just drag this onto the side, and you can see that I actually have this. And then I'm gonna select the edge, click this, double click, click this, and double click, and then I'm gonna push this onto the side just like this. Okay, there you go. And I got my car ready. So if I were to press 3, you can see that I got an awesome car right over there. So in order to correct this, what I have to do is I have to use something called an edge loop. So right click, just go to my option right here, and just go to object mode, shift right click, insert edge loop, insert one to the side, and press 3, and now you can see that it is actually corrected just like that. Okay, so I can actually add in 2 because I want the edge to be sharp. There you go. I can add in 1 over here so that it's smoother. Add in 1 over here, 1 over here, 1 over here, and 1 over here just like that, and 1 over here, 1 over here, 1 over 1 over here, and 1 over here just like that. All right, there you go. So but my tire is actually, my ring area is actually being affected by this. No problem, I can correct it later on anyways. So I'm gonna go to my object mode right here, and then I need to correct this out now. So I'm actually going to also add in an as loop over here at the bottom. As you can see, it is actually rounded right now. So this part and this part, all right, and then I'm gonna correct these one out right here. So I need to select my vertices right over here, and then select these ones out here, just like that, and then drag this on to this section to give it the smoother look. So once I add in as loop, you can see that I need to make some small adjustments just like that in order to make my changes just like this. Okay, so just drag this out over here and then drag this to the top. Okay, over here just like that. Drag this to the left, and that's it. Drag this to the bottom. Okay, so, and I need to adjust this one as well. So over here, I'm gonna go for my vertices, just drag this down, and then just drag this to the side just like this, and drag this to the bottom just like this, and I got my rounded shape back just like that. So, and there you go, my car body is actually ready. So now what I can do is I need to actually have the other half, and for that I need to duplicate the surfaces. So in order to duplicate the surfaces, oh wait, I actually need to also add in this color right here. Okay, so it is right there. So I need to actually go over here. I need to add in that balls over there just like that. Okay, so in order to add those balls, that balls is just simply a rectangular shape just like this. So I'm just gonna drag a rectangular shape over here, and then I actually drew a cube for this because it's the door handle right over there, and then drag this to the side just like this and press F. Okay, so press it inside and then use the insert as loop. Use it insert as loop. Since it's a cartoon car, I don't need to be really precise with this. Press Ctrl Z and then press Ctrl Z and press 3 just like that, and there you go. There's my cartoony type of handle. There you go. So I'm not really being very perfect with this, but anyways, it just needs to look good. So let me just increase this out. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to mirror this out. So in order to mirror this, just go and press this icon right here, and once you do that, it actually mirrors the car. But for that, I want this to mirror exactly from the center. So I'm gonna push this right over here from the top. I'm gonna make sure that my mirror point is at the center just like this. Okay, there. So it's right at the center. Now the mirror item will actually attach to the main object just like that. So I'm gonna press mirror now. So I'm gonna go to show, and I'm gonna show image plane so that I can actually hide the image planes over there. And then I'm gonna mirror this out. So okay, where you go? There you go. So that's the mirror. And seems like the car is too big, so I'm gonna scoot this a bit to the side and then mirror it out. All right, so mirror, that's still too big, and then I'm gonna move this to the side again and then mirror it out. Okay, and that's good. Okay, so that's a very good car, a little cartoon car over there. I can color it later on as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add in assign new material, maybe a particular blend over here, and then use yellow color for a blend maybe. Okay, yellow color for a blend, and press done. Assign new material to this one now. So right click, assign new material, and press blend, and then go to the side, go to my red and press done, and there you go. That's how you go for the blend. Okay, there seems to be missing the front and back side, which I didn't consider because it's the side view. So I'm gonna delete the faces just like this in order to give it a more car look. So delete these faces out just like that. There you go. And delete the back faces as well to give it a more car look. Okay, so that's the cartoon car, and that's how the car looks. Alright, so I'm gonna select my edge right now, and then select the edge, double click on this edge right now so that my edge loop is actually selected, and it's not actually selected. So let me just click again and then hold shift, double click on this, and it still seems not to select that out anyways. So I'm gonna cover this with glass anyways, so no problem regarding that. So now what I'm going to do is I don't need to design it further. I guess like I deleted this one out for some reason. This one I'm not supposed to delete the faces out. Press Ctrl Z so that I can actually get, or let's say I can actually fill the hole over here. So let me just right click, go to as, and then I'm going to select this as right here, this as right here, this as, and this as, and I'm going to use the fill hole option. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to press hold shift right click and use fill hole, and that will actually fill the hole just like that. Oh, okay, there you go. So I'm going to make the tires and the glass now. Alright, so I'm not really going to make the lights over here, and since this is a cartoon car, and I'm just gonna make the tire, I presume. Alright, there you go. So I'm gonna go for my glass just like this, and then over to the side over here, just go for the glass just like that, drag it to the side just like this. Okay, there you go. And then I'm gonna go for my edge, my right click vertex, and then drag this on the section right now. Alright, here you go. And I'm gonna insert as loop, so insert as loop right here and insert as loop right here. Okay, there you go. So vertices, then drag this to the side, and then drag this to the side just like that, and then to the side again, drag this to make the mirror just like this. Okay, there you go. Just drag this to the side, and then insert as loop right here, insert as loop right here, and then vertices. So drag this to the left just like this, drag this to the right, drag this to the bottom, and drag this to, okay, this section right now. Okay, there you go. So that's how you drag in the mirrors, just like that. Go for object, and then I'm gonna expand the object right there. So those are my glasses. So let me just move this to the side just like this, and then I'm gonna expand both of the objects. So let me just go to my faces, select the faces, and extrude this out a bit. And I'm gonna do the same for this one as well. So extrude the faces just like that. Okay, and there you go. So press F, and then go for the object mode, insert as loop over here, as loop over here, as loop over here, and over here. Okay, and press 3. There you go. That's the glasses. Alright, there you go. For this one as well, press F. Insert the as loop over here, over here, over here, over here, and over here, and press 3. Go for object mode, and then drag this to the side just like this over here. Okay, press F, and then increase the size of this just like this. Press this in just like this, and then increase the size just like this, and press this in just like this. Okay, there you go. So I'm gonna press Shift D and push this onto the side just like this. Press F, to the side just like this. Okay, there you go. And then from the top I need to make the cover for these as well. Okay, so I'm gonna apply a different material to this. So let me just use assign new material. Let me just assign a blend to this as well, but for the color I'm gonna choose a darkest blue color just like the glass, so it actually shines just like that. But I'm using shine for everything else anyways. So I'm gonna increase the centricity so it actually looks like a glass, like a shiny glass over here. So I'm gonna add in the glass on the top as well. So I'm gonna go over to the top just like this, and then I'm gonna just drag this onto the side. Wait, okay, so now I cannot actually see my object from the top. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna turn on the X-ray. Okay, so now I can actually see the object just like this. I'm gonna select my edge for my plane. So I'm gonna create a new layer for this and lock this out so that it does not interfere like it is doing right now. So I'm gonna go for my channel box editor, create a new layer, and I'm gonna lock this layer right here. So that's the visibility, and there's the locking thing right there. Okay, so that's locked. So I can select my face right here, just like this, and I'm gonna decrease the size of this just like this, and then go for the edge, and then extrude both of these out to the side and press 3. Okay, there you go. So I'm gonna go for my vertices right here at the top, and then decrease the size of this just like this, and then decrease the size of this just like this as well, so it gives a bit of a curvy look over there. And then go to the object mode to the side over here just like this. Go to the side, press Shift D and drag it to the bottom as well, and then I'm gonna increase the size of this just like this. Okay, there you go for the back side. Okay, so I'm done with the front side and the back side. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this out to the top just like this. So just pull this out to the top just like this, and then pull this out to the bottom. So just select the vertices over there and pull this out to the bottom just like this to create the car cover, and it's not actually creating it in a proper way. So I'm gonna go for the side view over here just like this, side view, and then I'm gonna drag it according to the window. So I'm going to drag this out, drag it to the window over here, drag it to the bottom, and it is not actually working out. It is not selecting the back face. So what I'm going to do is I need to turn off the camera base selection right here. So double click on this, my camera base selection is off, so I'm gonna select it from the top right here. Okay, so that is actually selected out here, and drag this to the bottom, so it's not actually working out. I just need to rotate this out then. So I'm just gonna rotate this out just like this, and that will do the trick. Just there you go. So drag this on to the bottom just like this, and then go to the face over here, onto the side, select the face, and select the face. Extrude this out a bit. So extrude this out, extrude this out, extrude this out a bit. So extrude this out a bit. Right over there, press F. And then go for the object mode, press 1, and insert the S loop right over here at the bottom and at the top, and press 3. And there you go, my glass is actually ready right there. So I'm going to increase the size of this so that it actually fits, and increase the side onto the side as well, just like this, and there you go. Alright, so I want to readjust this, so I'm gonna decrease the size of this. What I want to do is I want to readjust the size of the window plane later on so that it actually looks that it is fit inside. So I'm gonna actually drag this down a bit just like that. Alright, so it actually goes inside of the car, and then I'm gonna do the same for this. I'm just gonna select the vertices over here onto the side and drag this down. Instead of that, I'm just gonna rotate this out so that it actually looks okay. So rotate this out just like that, and then move this to downward just like that. Okay, there you go. So I'm gonna go for my faces and then extrude this outward. So let me just extrude this outward, press F, and then use my S loop tool as always. So right click, insert S loop over here and over here to get that look over there. Alright, so I'm gonna go to object mode now, press this down a bit, just press this down a bit. Alright, and then increase its size just like this, and press this down a bit. Alright, there you go. So that's it. So that's how my window plane actually looks over here, and I'm gonna rotate this out a bit because it's looking quite weird actually. Okay, so that's it. And then for this part, what I'm going to do is I'm going to move the vertices of the car. So I'm gonna unlock the car. So I got my car over there. So let's go for vertices right here, and then move this out inward. Move this one out inward as well, and move this out inward just like that, and then move this on to the side just like this. Move this out inward just like this, move this out inward just like this, and scoot it back a bit just like that. Okay, and there you go. Okay, so I got my simple car ready, and just the remaining part is the tires now. So I'm gonna add in some assign existing material and assign blend 3 because that's my glass over here. So I can actually change the size of the glass as well if I want to. So let me just scoot this in a bit. All right, so it goes on to the right so that my glass is actually inside the model because I don't want it outside the model. And then again, scoot it inside a bit. All right, so it actually looks it as a part of the car, just like that. Okay, so it's way inside now. Let me just scoot it up, just like that. Okay, there you go. So now I actually need to increase the size of this, as you can see over here. So let me just put it on to the side, on over here at the top. Okay, on to the bottom, just like that. All right, there you go. So not really perfect though. I should have used the extract faces that I was using earlier. So let me just use that technique instead. So I'm gonna go for edge, and then I'm gonna select the edge, and I'm gonna say something like fill hole. Okay, so for the fill hole, I'm gonna extract this face right out. So I'm gonna use extract face. Just go to extract as we used in the last session, and there you go, press 3. Okay, so that's much more better. I can actually see the extract faces right there. So assign new material for this, and assign existing material for this, and I'm going to use a blend 3. Okay, so that's more on par with the shape. So I'm just going to select the vertices, scoot this down a bit, just like this, down a bit, and then scoot this down a bit as well, just like that. Okay, scoot this down a bit, just like that. Pull this to the left because I don't want to see the error right there. So pull this down a bit again, and pull this on to the left, and pull this down a bit again. All right, pull this on to the left a bit. Okay, so it goes inside, and pull this on to the left bit again. So now I'm gonna increase the size of this as well, just like that. Okay, and then scoot this down a bit, just like that. Okay, and then I'm gonna go for vertices, and then press F, and then pull the side onto the left. Okay, there you go. So that's how my model looks again. It does not really look that great again. So I need to actually we need to actually work on the perfection. It does take time, so it doesn't matter. So I'm gonna pull this out so that I am actually not going to see any of it while during the animation right here. Control Z. Drag this on to the top just like that. Okay, there you go. So right now I cannot actually see anything, so that's about it. So I'm gonna use the tires now, so you can see that my windows is actually done, and I'm gonna go for my tire part now. So tire is simply sphere right here, so I'm just gonna use simple pair of cylinders just like this, increase the size of this just like this. And then for the inner part, I'm just going to use a cylinder just like this. So use the cylinder, and then over here onto the side, just increase the cylinder size. So it's not increasing. So that means I accidentally clicked it twice. But anyways, it actually looks good. So no problem regarding it. So just assign new material for this, and then use the Lambert portion for this. So on the Lambert over here onto the section, the colors, and press done, and then on here assign new material to blend over here just like that. And then onto the side over here, onto the side, onto here, press D, onto the left, and then I'm going to drag this onto the back as well. So I'm going to select both of these, and then press Shift D and drag this to the back just like that. And there you go. There I have my very simple toy car right there. So you can duplicate, you can actually merge this out. So let me just combine these. Let me just combine combine these, and what I can do is I can create multiple iterations of this as well. So that's how you actually model a very, very simple car inside of Maya. So you can see that it actually does take time. So if you want to try out a more complex model, then you can do that as well. So it does take time. So you really have to be patient with it. But with the same technique, you can actually create any type of model that you can imagine and any type of model that you can actually get a reference of. So hope you guys learned something as always. And as always, please like, comment.